So coming back to our initial example, this is the table with the content. What we can do here, can actually use some subtle background graphics, which will replace the grid. So I can use just light gray and it will show me the grid. It will nicely create nice layout. So that's one way you can use graphics. So nothing heavy, avoid the contours, avoid this kind of strong outline. This is much better way to show the structure while not overwhelming the reader with more information. We can also try to fit icons. So we already managed to get some space, and for example here we can maybe just put the text down and put icon over here. So represent icon, each line with the icon, and actually adding icon here or to this category, this column category, will help to make slide more visual. So it will be more easier to grasp because each category is represented by some visual symbol, and that helps us to understand the content faster. Let me show another example, so another slide. We have this business model canvas described in the text, and again we have this quite strong outlines over here. Let's replace them with a subtle background. So this is what you can do. I'm not going to show it in PowerPoint. I think it's quite obvious. Just click the shape, remove the outline, and fill it with some light gray. Another step which you can do is like to try to fit the icons. And here we have space for icon. If you like to represent icon for each of these blocks, it could be a bit challenge because as you can see, we have no space here, but we can try to add icon with this subtle way. So make this kind of watermark only, in order it will not interfere with the text much. So that's something to be careful, and don't put too strong icons if they are under the text. They should be really just kind of this kind of symbolic, not very fighting for attention. So the text should still remain visible. And I think on this example is still okay. On this example, we can see already there are some conflicts. So for example, this icon here is already quite interfering with the text, or this diamond here. So what we can do, we can try to move the text a bit. So for example here I can put the soft enter just to create space around the icon. The same I could do here or here. And actually what I'm doing here, I'm using soft enter. So I'm not using the enter which would create a new bullet point over here, but if you use the enter with the shift, so if you hit enter with the shift, it's something which is called soft enter. So it will just add a kind of new line to the existing line. It will not create a new paragraph. So that's one way you can do. And okay, in this case, we don't have place for that one. So I would just look for the words which I can eliminate, or we can eventually skip this one icon and just focus. Remember always the content is the most important. Icons are only some things which should be additional, not getting too much attention. So I would encourage you to use the power of icons, because icons are simple symbols which are especially useful in this kind of overcrowded slides, because they don't take too much space. They are not like full graphics, but still they can really help people to understand. So the power of icons is that really they support visual thinking. So once you put some graphical symbol next to the item, our brain is faster to process what is there. So like I did here, or represent the power or this visual thinking. So we'll get better understanding. People remember faster what you want to say them, what you want to explain them. Also, they are pretty universal, because as you can see, this kind of style you can add to any type of style. So whatever your branding is, whatever template you have, usually icons are not very dependent on the style, so they can fit everywhere. And they're quite easy to use. Just need to have a source and then just you copy them, place them on a place where you have a space for them. However, one thing should be remembered, that if you use several icons, you should remember that about the consistency of their style. So don't try to mix icons from different sources looking different. For example, here we usually use outline style icons. They are very subtle, elegant. They fit a lot of content. Or you can use the flat style icons, Or for example, if you want to be more personal, more original, this kind of handwritten scribble style is also nice, but try to not to mix these styles because it's not sign of professional design. One practical point is also that if you really want to use icons in a very small form, so for example, if you have very dense table and you want to put icon really very small, like twice, 3 times smaller than here, then it's better to use a flat style because they are still visible even if they are small. These kind of icons or scribble icons, when you make them such small, they already start to kind of merge together lines, so they're not that visible. However, they look much more elegant when they are as big as they are here.